how are you? So nice to see you.
This morning, the Prince of Wales showing raw emotion.
Prince William, the Duke of Cambridge, has long been admired for his dedication to the royal family and his quiet, steady leadership. But even the calmest public figures have moments that shake them to the core, moments that force action, secrecy, and decisions the public might never fully understand. Recently, whispers emerged that Prince William made an unannounced trip to Scotland, a journey so sudden and urgent that aides struggled to keep pace. Sources say the trip wasn't for routine royal duties or scheduled engagements. Instead, it was prompted by a devastating discovery that demanded immediate attention. The details of what he found remain closely guarded, but insiders hint that it was personal, deeply emotional, and potentially life-altering. Those close to the royal family describe William's demeanor during the journey as tense and determined, a side of the prince rarely seen by the public eye. He was serious, quiet, and laser-focused, a palace aide reportedly said. Everyone could tell something significant had happened. Scotland, with its serene landscapes and private estates, has long been a place for the royals to escape the relentless scrutiny of London. But this trip wasn't a retreat. It was a response, a measured, decisive action to confront an unexpected reality. The secrecy surrounding it has sparked curiosity, speculation, and even concern among royal watchers worldwide. From the royal palaces to the remote highlands, Prince William's sudden journey raises a host of questions. What did he discover? How has it affected him and the family? And why did he feel the need to act immediately, away from prying eyes? The answers remain hidden. But what is clear is that this moment is one of the rare times the Duke has been compelled to act swiftly and privately, proving that even royalty is not immune to sudden shocks. It was a quiet morning in London when Prince William received news that immediately shifted his schedule and mindset. The royal calendar, usually meticulously planned months in advance, suddenly became irrelevant. A private aide delivered information that could not wait, something significant, something personal, and something deeply unsettling. Within hours, the Duke of Cambridge had made a decision. He would fly to Scotland immediately. Scotland has always held a special place for the royals. From the rugged beauty of Balmoral Castle to the serene expanses of the Highlands, it has been a sanctuary from the constant glare of public scrutiny. But this trip was not leisurely, nor was it a retreat. Sources say William was tense and unusually quiet, focused entirely on the matter at hand. He wasn't traveling for appearances or ceremonial duties, an insider said. This was urgent, and he knew it. The nature of the discovery is shrouded in secrecy. Palace aides have been tight-lipped, and security measures surrounding William's travel were more stringent than usual. Rumors have swirled about everything from personal family matters to matters of estate or property, but those closest to him insist it was personal and emotional. It's something that affected him deeply, a source revealed. And it required his immediate attention, away from the public eye. During the flight, William reportedly remained focused, reviewing notes and communicating only when necessary. Even his personal staff, accustomed to his calm and measured demeanor, noticed a difference. You could tell he was processing something serious, said a palace official. It wasn't just about logistics. It was about confronting a reality he hadn't expected. Upon arrival in Scotland, he immediately went to a private location, one chosen for discretion and distance from the media. The estate, nestled among rolling hills and secluded forests, offered the perfect setting for reflection and action. Sources say William spent hours reviewing documents, speaking privately with trusted aides, and considering the next steps carefully. Every decision he made was deliberate, measured, and thoughtful, a testament to his years of experience handling delicate situations. Despite the intensity of the moment, those close to him observed his characteristic composure. He's always been someone who takes responsibility seriously, an aide explained. Even under pressure, he maintains control and focuses on solutions rather than panic. The sudden nature of the trip, combined with the secrecy surrounding it, has sparked intense speculation. Royal watchers and the public alike are left wondering, what exactly prompted this urgent visit? And how will the discovery impact not just William, but the wider royal family? Though the answers remain closely guarded, one thing is clear: this was not a routine journey. It was a deliberate and urgent response to a significant revelation, a moment in which the Duke of Cambridge had to act swiftly, decisively, and privately, demonstrating the weight of responsibility he carries every day, both as a prince and as a man confronting unforeseen challenges. Once Prince William arrived in Scotland, his movements became even more discreet. Unlike typical royal visits, there were no crowds, no official engagements, and no media announcements. Every step was carefully orchestrated, with only a small group of aides and trusted advisors aware of his presence. The Duke's focus was singular, addressing the matter that had prompted this urgent journey. According to insiders, William convened a private meeting at one of Scotland's most secluded estates, a place where security and privacy were paramount. The meeting brought together a select few, family advisors, legal counsel, and long-trusted aides. The goal was to assess the situation, evaluate its implications, and plan an immediate course of action. William was completely in command, a source revealed. He listened, asked precise questions, and made decisions quickly. This was serious, and he treated it as such. Though the specifics of the discovery remain confidential, sources suggest it was both unexpected and deeply personal, with potential ramifications that extended beyond William himself. It wasn't just paperwork or routine matters, one insider said. It involved sensitive information that could affect multiple people close to him. That's why he acted so swiftly and privately. During the meeting, those present described William as unusually pensive yet decisive. While he is known for his measured approach, this situation appeared to demand an intensity rarely seen in public. He reviewed documents, asked pointed questions, and considered every angle with a level of scrutiny that spoke to his sense of responsibility. "He's a man who doesn't take action lightly," said a palace aide. Every decision had consequences, and he weighed them carefully. What stood out most to those present was his ability to remain calm under pressure. Despite the gravity of the situation, William maintained focus, carefully balancing emotion with reason. He never lost his composure, a staffer noted. Even when the news was upsetting, he handled it with remarkable clarity and thoughtfulness. Observers also noted that this meeting wasn't just about assessing facts, it was about preparation. William was considering the broader impact, both on his family and on the public perception. While the matter was private, the Duke was aware that any decision could eventually become public knowledge. He was thinking ahead, one source said, planning every step to ensure that, if and when the news came out, it would be handled responsibly. By the end of the meeting, a clear plan had been established. William would take immediate steps to address the discovery while maintaining discretion. The urgency of the situation meant he would stay in Scotland longer than originally anticipated, using the isolation to manage the matter without interference. Though speculation has been rampant, insiders insist that the secrecy was essential. William values privacy deeply, one aide said. He knows how quickly stories can spiral, and he wanted to control the narrative by controlling what he could, which, in this case, was the immediate handling of the discovery. This secret meeting in Scotland highlighted the weight of responsibility that William carries, not just as a royal figure, but as a man confronting unexpected challenges that demand immediate, careful action. While the public may never know the full details, those closest to him witnessed a rare side of the Duke, decisive, thoughtful, and unwavering in the face of a sudden, devastating revelation. Even for someone as composed as Prince William, the discovery that prompted his sudden trip to Scotland carried a profound emotional weight. Those close to him describe a Duke who was unusually introspective, wrestling with feelings that were as personal as they were pressing. The normally stoic royal, accustomed to public appearances and carefully measured statements, found himself confronting something that demanded honesty with himself and with those closest to him. Inside the estate, William spent hours reflecting on the implications. Sources say he took long walks across the private grounds, sometimes alone, sometimes with a trusted aide walking silently beside him. The crisp Scottish air and expansive landscapes offered a rare sense of clarity, allowing him to process the situation away from the glare of cameras and public scrutiny. Scotland has always been a place where the royal family can think, said one insider. And in this case, William needed to think, deeply. The emotional impact wasn't just about the initial shock of the discovery. It was about responsibility, understanding the ripple effects of the situation on his family, his staff, and even the public. William reportedly spent much of the time considering how to act with discretion, compassion, and prudence. He wasn't acting on impulse, a palisade revealed. Every decision was weighed carefully because he knew it could affect more than just him. Family members were kept informed at the highest levels, though details were sparse. William wanted to shield them from unnecessary stress, while also ensuring that those directly impacted had guidance and reassurance. He was protective, said a source close to the palace. That's his instinct, to manage crises quietly, so others don't bear the brunt of the shock. Amid the emotional intensity, the Duke made several private decisions. Each one reflected his characteristic sense of duty and measured thinking. Some steps involved immediate action to secure sensitive information. Others focused on preparing for eventual public communication, should it be necessary. The balance between privacy and responsibility weighed heavily on him. But insiders say William handled it with remarkable poise. Interestingly, those close to him noted moments of vulnerability rarely seen by the public. "You could see it in his eyes," said one aide. He wasn't just worried about protocol, he was processing something deeply personal. It reminded everyone that behind the title, he's still a man facing real-life challenges. Despite the emotional strain, William also sought counsel from longtime advisors, discussing not just logistics but ethical considerations. Every choice reflected a blend of heart and duty. Sources stress that this careful approach is one reason why the Duke remains respected as a leader, someone who doesn't rush into decisions, no matter how urgent the situation may feel. The day drew to a close with William taking stock of his next steps. While much remained uncertain, the decisive actions he had taken so far provided a sense of control amid the storm. Those who witnessed him noted a quiet resilience, the same calm, measured determination that has defined his public life. Yet unlike the polished appearances seen on television, this moment revealed a more intimate, human side of the Duke, a man grappling with shock, responsibility, and the weight of knowledge that few outside the inner circle could comprehend. By the time the night fell over the Scottish estate, William had begun to map out a path forward, one that balanced discretion with action, emotion with reason, and family protection with personal accountability. The experience would leave a mark on him, reinforcing the private challenges that accompany public duty, and the inner strength required to navigate both with grace. After days of careful deliberation in Scotland, Prince William returned to London with a sense of purpose, tempered by the weight of the recent discovery. The event, though intensely private, had left its mark on him. A reminder that even those in the highest positions must navigate sudden shocks with prudence, discretion, and humanity. Those close to him say the Duke emerged from the experience more determined than ever to manage his responsibilities, carefully while protecting those he loves. Insiders reveal that the aftermath of the discovery required a delicate balancing act. On one hand, William had to address the immediate implications, ensuring that sensitive matters were handled efficiently and securely. On the other, he needed to consider the long-term effects on his family and the royal institution as a whole. "He's incredibly conscientious," said a palace aide. "Every action is weighed for its potential consequences. He doesn't make decisions lightly, and this was no exception." Reports indicate that William also took time to consult with trusted advisors, legal experts, and family members about the best way forward. Every move was deliberate, reflecting his characteristic combination of thoughtfulness and decisiveness. "Even under pressure, he maintains clarity," an insider explained. "He has a rare ability to act decisively without being impulsive." For the public, much of this drama remains invisible. The secrecy surrounding his Scottish trip and the discovery ensures that the details may never be fully known. Yet those who witnessed the Duke during these days say the experience revealed a human side rarely glimpsed, a man grappling with unexpected circumstances, processing emotional weight, and navigating complex decisions with courage and integrity. William also reportedly spent quiet moments reflecting on the personal lessons of the event. While the discovery was shocking, It reinforced the values that have guided him throughout his life: responsibility, discretion, and empathy. "He's someone who carries the weight of the world on his shoulders," a close aide remarked. But he does so with compassion, always thinking about others before himself. In addition to the immediate decisions, the Duke began preparing for potential future challenges that may arise from this discovery. By carefully planning next steps, he ensured that both family and public interests were safeguarded. Observers note that William's approach is consistent with his long-standing philosophy, acting decisively but thoughtfully, prioritizing duty, but never losing sight of the human impact. Although speculation continues about what exactly prompted his urgent trip to Scotland, the key takeaway for those close to him is clear. Prince William handled the situation with the same steadiness and focus that has defined his life. The experience may have been unexpected and emotionally challenging, but it reinforced his ability to navigate crises with discretion, responsibility, and resilience. As William moves forward, those around him say he remains focused on his duties and on his family, using the lessons learned from this episode to strengthen his approach to both. The Duke's actions remind us that even those in positions of privilege and authority face sudden challenges, and that true leadership is measured not by the absence of obstacles, but by the grace and wisdom with which they are managed. For the world watching, Prince William's secretive journey to Scotland may remain shrouded in mystery. But for those closest to him, it serves as a testament to his steadfast character, his quiet determination, and his enduring commitment to protect what matters most: family, duty, and the responsibility that comes with his place in history.